Hello, everyone. I'm Drake. Welcome to Working Dragon Mystic, where we discuss real, metaphysical, and occult knowledge so that you can manifest real and tangible change in your life. All right, everyone, here we are. It is the holidays. We are celebrating, we are having a big time. And many of you all who work with dragons want to know what you can do about working with dragons for the holidays. Now, I did a quick video on working with dragons during the holidays, where during that video, quickly, I mentioned a very specific dragon, the dragon of the Winter Solstice, Yun-Olly. And many of you have since emailed me constantly asking me more about Yun-Olly and this absolutely beautiful dragon and ways to work with her. And you wanted kind of a video like I've been doing with other entities like the Goetic Spirits and the upcoming Kabbalistic Angel series. And I thought that was a great ideal. And in fact, I hope to do more of these videos concerning other dragons, including other dragons of the equinoxes and the solstice. So we will go ahead and get going here with Yun-Olly. So first off, as I described originally, Yun-Olly is the earth dragon of the winter solstice. To a lot of people, she does not appear as a earth dragon, yet she does fall into the earth element, which makes sense. Earth and winter are usually heavily associated. Now, what a lot of people ask me, how do I actually contact Yun-Olly? We didn't really touch on that. Honestly, the best way to contact Yun-Olly is with the Dragon's Flame ritual during winter. Now, when I say winter, I don't mean cold weather. At the time of filming this, it is still November. Some people might be calling it winter. Some people might even have snow on the ground. It is not winter. Winter does not start till the first day of winter, which is the winter solstice. So you need to actually wait for the winter solstice before you can actually reach out and begin to work with this dragon magically. If you try to reach out to her anytime before that, the best you can do is talk to her about the holiday and planning. That's it. Party planner at best kind of thing. You know, you can talk to her about advice on how you might want to celebrate your holiday and those things. But you do need winter for this dragon. It is one of those things. Very few entities do I actually find that the seasons matter to them. But for some reason, for her, the season matters. Coffee. And the way she has explained it is she is directly tied to those energetic currents that come with winter in the area. So you need that energetic current for her to actually be of use to you. She can do her thing easy, but if you actually want to benefit from magic or rituals, you need it to be winter so that that energetic current can affect you, because you need to be in it, and it needs to be in your location. So if you're in the for example, the southern hemisphere here on Earth, it won't be winter when it's the winter here in the northern hemisphere. Okay, it's flipped, it's backwards. It'll be summer down there. All right, so now for those who want to know, her name is actually spelled Yun-Olly. Okay, it's exactly as it's spelled here in the video title. Also, if you need that. Does she have a sigil? No. Yun-Olly does not have a sigil for calling her. This is actually one of the fascinating things about dragons like this that I love. Sigils will get you nowhere. To call this dragon, you need to start by doing the Dragon's Flame ritual first and foremost. But the sigil actually sort of becomes you, and here's why. For you to call this dragon, you must first embrace and embody and hold within you and your emotions the ideals and purpose of the season for which she represents and which she works in. One of the quotes that I've heard her say, and ironically, I've got a few magicians have told me who work with dragons as well, that she's rattled this off to them as well. The season's the season and winter solstice is my sigil, as is faith, hope, love, and goodwill toward all, and peace. I'll admit, when I've recorded this and I've gone back over it and over, it's convoluted. It don't even like flow the way I want to say it. But a lot of things don't. I'm Southern. Some of you all may make more sense and flow better. Probably people who are better enunciated than me. But let's think about this for a minute. What does that mean? That means when we do the Dragon's Flame ritual and we begin to call out to Yun-Olly, we actually have to put ourselves mentally and emotionally in that presence, in the ideal of the season. Think about the season. Think about all the things that it's meant to stand for across the world. This is hard for a lot of practitioners these days, in all honesty. I know a lot of practitioners have a genuinely hard time contacting Yun-Olly because they are bitter during the holidays, because the holidays is something that upsets them. They have a problem with it for one reason or another. To be honest, I'm one of them. I've told you all before, holidays have not always been the best time of year for me. But you have to put yourself into that position to actually contact this dragon. That is literally what you're going to need to call her. Calling her name, doing the dragon's flame ritual, those are all things that add to it. But the true call is that energetic vibration as you call her name, and you are in that mental and emotional state of faith, hope, love, goodwill, and peace. So if you have bitterness, if you have anger, or you have selfishness, it can actually prevent you from calling her. The primary things that have to embody and permeate you at the time of this calling have to be those concepts. This is a very different calling than things I've seen other places. This is, and it can be complicated and hard. And if you're not good at meditation and controlling your feelings and your emotions, it can be impossible for some people. I'm not going to lie. This dragon, as much as I love her, and I do find her to be a beautiful dragon, and I have enjoyed working with her over the years, and she has taught me so much. She was one of the hardest dragons for me to contact within the Solstice Dragons, because me and Christmas have always had a bah humbug kind of Mr. Grinch view. We really have. I've been the Grinch. But luckily, Odin and the dragons also pointed out, I actually disliked Christmas because of all the people who didn't embrace the very concepts that Yun-Olly's talking about. I didn't like the selfishness. I didn't like all the BS. I didn't like those things. They told me to work on setting those aside, focusing on what it was truly about, and try to embrace that and hold that, and what you would actually like to see Christmas to be. And that I did. And from there, I was able to learn a lot about myself, the season, and I have an entirely new view on Christmas. People still piss me off at Christmas, don't get me wrong. It didn't make me a saint. It didn't make me just suddenly be able to tolerate all people's foolishness. But it did give me a true appreciation for the season. And it's an appreciation that I have carried with me since, and I have tried to share with others. And that's one of the reasons I'm so excited to do this video and share Yun-Olly and her teachings with you, because I think she might be able to do the same for you. All right. The appearance of this dragon is blue and white. Think of an icy blue kind of color with white ice to a snowy color. Very crystalline. Absolutely gorgeous. The color looks like she herself is possibly made out of ice crystals. Her scales very gleamy. It's like a living ice sculpture tinted with snow. I mean, she is absolutely gorgeous. I can't articulate the beauty of this dragon well enough to do her justice. You'll just have to see what I mean when you meet her. She is often worked with in rituals directly contained within the season, which makes sense. Let's be honest, that's her whole season. That's her shtick. That's her specialty. That's what she does. The rituals, however, do tend to focus on blessing the season, blessing the community, friends, and family, which makes sense. If you're going to call a dragon in, you're going to do a large ritual, especially one that deals with the season. Finding a way to bless and give those concepts that the season's supposed to represent to all people in your family, your community, and whatnot, it's a great way. And that is actually one of the most common places where most people actually work with this particular dragon, including area hospitality even. I actually know a lot of dragon magicians who work in the hospitality industry, and they really love to work with Yun-Olly during the season because not only does it help them get through the frustrations of the season, but it allows them to carry that energy into their area of work, whether it be a restaurant, a hotel, or whatnot. And a little bit of that energy kind of permeates the everywhere, and everyone has a better season for it, which I think is pretty freaking cool. You want my honest opinion? I actually know one person who's a chef specifically, and he swears to God that doing rituals with her daily before work allows him to take a bit of that peace, that love, that harmony, that goodwill, and just put that right in every dish he makes at the restaurant. That sounds freaking amazing to me. I almost wish I still visited my family during the holidays so I could make something utilizing that concept to see if it stops all the fighting and bickering. Maybe y'all should try that. Try that for me, because I won't be going home to see nobody this year. All right. Now, areas of specialty. She does actually have a list of things that she does specialize in that you could utilize for rituals or spell work if you so chose. So let's get into that, shall we? Areas that she specializes in that specifically fall under that Yule Winter Solstice blanket: hope, peace, love, strength, world healing, happiness, rebirth, ending of darkness or shadows, regeneration and renewal of the inner self, and introspection. Now, a lot of people may be like, what the crap does that mean? Okay, hope, peace, and love. If I need to describe those, you've got bigger issues, so let's go past those. Strength. Winter is a harsh time for a lot of people. It really is. It was far harder back in the day. We got electric heating, all those fancy toys now. It's a little easier to get through. It was also harsh in mental strength because cabin fever, you didn't have enough to do. Again, that's not as hard on us usually because we have the internet and video games and all that. But there's still a strength to getting through winter. Winter can be a hard one. It can be a taxing thing. You're in with people, there's a lot of people do have people around them. Or there's also the other side of it where perhaps you need that strength to get through the lonely time of winter where you can't get out and see friends as often. And you might need the strength to do because you don't get to visit family. You don't get to go out and do all those things and go to sporting events or whatnot due to weather or what. It could be a lot of things, or it could just be a time to examine your own personal strengths to develop yourself a bit. World healing. Honestly, I don't think of a time I wouldn't think this is a good idea. But I do constantly have people emailing me about, I think I got 12 emails alone on apocalyptic prophecies this week and people worried about it. I'm old enough. I've lived through more than 90 supposed end of the world timestamps. So it ain't happened yet. And I'm pretty sure every email I've received is going to be proven wrong again. So like when you say end of the world, I don't blink. But at the same time, there's always problems somewhere, someplace, and everybody could always use a little help. And I think this time of year is a great time to consider it. And world healing is one of those things. It's going to help everyone in the world in a way. And the thing with this, if you do actually want to do this, don't direct it, don't point it, don't specify how. It won't work. Whatever you try to specify won't work. You just work with Yun-Olly to specifically focus on healing that balance within the world. And Yun-Olly will do the rest. You can't aim it. You have to let it just go in that abstract form. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Yun-Olly won't do nothing with it. Happiness, that's pretty self-forward. We're working on building true happiness. Now, I will actually step back for a second and say true happiness. She don't give a rat's patoot about fleeting momentary joy or happiness. She doesn't care if you call on her to win that video game to get that one rush of, hoo, I'm happy for a second. And then 5 minutes later, you're thinking about everything wrong in your life. Nope, she is mainly focused on true happiness, long-lasting happiness. How can you find those? And if you do rituals on those concepts with her, she's going to approach it one of two ways. She's either going to start to move your life and the pieces on that giant chessboard of your life to try and get you to those goals. Hopefully you don't fight those moves. You might. Or she's going to try and talk you through things that you can do to work on yourself to find those. It really goes into that internal looking at the self and one's life usually. Rebirth, making changes, people, making changes. Winter is all about that point of death before rebirth of the spring and all that change and that transmutation, those transitions that take place during that rest period, that hibernation, and getting ready for those changes and starting those changes here and now, as well as looking at everything that has come to completion, finishing off, tying off loose ends. Now's the time to do it. She's great for those aspects. End of darkness or shadows. Great time to close up things you've been dealing with. Many of you know that during the fall, like around October especially, I'm doing shadow work. I do shadow work twice a year. The fall is when I start it, and I move in through, and I have it completed by the winter solstice. My goal is to move through that season doing a good, strong shadow work, usually daily during this period, and really work on me. And remember, shadow work's not something you do once and you're done. It's an ongoing life process. And I like to make sure mine's sorted. I don't let it pile up. So I do spring cleaning and fall cleaning, for lack of a better word. And I love to utilize the fact that part of the solstice, part of the winter solstice, the longest night of the year, when times have been growing darker and darker and darker and darker and darker, it is now a celebration of the returning of the light. The shadows are pushed back as the light comes back into the world. That is a powerful, energetic medium to use to close off and cap off that end of the year shadow working and really move into the new things that are coming for the next year. Massively powerful. And I love to utilize that one. Regenerative inner renewal. That one's pretty straight. Focus on the self. Focus on some self-healing. Take some self-care, man. I mean, it's winter. We ain't got a lot to do. It's going to be cold as spit outside for a while. Take some time, relax, work on you, whether it be needing some meditation, whether it need to be worked through some mental issues, whether it's de-stressing, whether you just need to do a few more push-ups every day. Whatever it is that you need to do for that inner renewal. Look, it's stressful for us all. I don't know one person who actually, no matter how much they look like it, they actually got it together. We're all just kind of stumbling through this supposed adult life. The biggest lie I was ever told is adults know what they're doing. I'll be honest with you. That's the biggest lie I was ever told. And we're all stressed. We're all flipping out. We all need to find a way to deal with it, and a healthy way at that. I even see on YouTube a lot of people are being they have sponsors for like little online therapy things. If you need a little therapy, if you need someone to talk to, that's cool. I mean, they don't sponsor me, but I'll tell you to do the same. I honestly don't remember the companies. If you need to just, get some inner peace, take it. If you're a religious person, maybe you haven't gone to church all year, you just need some little relaxation and jive, that's no problem. Do it. Like, I can remember going to church during the holiday season, even though I despised, well, before I was active in the church, I didn't like getting dragged to church when I was little. But the holiday just, I don't know, it felt different. It was better. It was renewing in a lot of ways. Kind of like, take a spa day. That's a great idea. I'll take a spa day. I know it sounds goofy, but do it. Guys, do what you want to do. You want to spend some time in the garage relaxing? Do it. Just let the missus know. Give you a day. Let you tinker. Spend a day. You can find something to distress and set aside one whole day just for you, not other people, unless the other people's going to help you distress. A lot of people, like myself, people don't help me distress. So don't try to overlap spending time with your de-stress if you need alone time to distress, okay? And get Yun-Olly to help you with those things. I actually, now that I think about it, there is a hot mineral sauna bath place nearby, and I may grab me and my wife some purchase us a day there this winter, because hot bath in winter to just relax. Amazing. Maybe I can find a massage place, get a nice deep tissue massage or something to boot. We'll see. Introspection, that's pretty straightforward. Take a look at you, take a look at what you've done, talk with Yun-Olly, look at all the things you've accomplished, look at the ups and downs. I actually personally like to look at the downs, see everything that I flubbed up, tripped, failed, and look at all the things I succeeded to get me revved up and ready to start making that plan for the next year. And part of that introspection is me literally getting ready, planning out the next year, and just ready to hit it with a renewed vigor and just excitement. Okay. See what else we got here in my notes. Okay, yes, here we go. So I did actually make a note from Yun-Olly at one point about what it is like to work with her, what's a summary of her. So you could almost view this as a message from her to us, okay, if you wish to. Working with this dragon is to conquer shadows, to overcome the darkness, to find the light and the good in all things, in all places, no matter how dark things seem. It is a goal to bring light back into the world, to welcome the coming change of the seasons, to welcome the completion of that which has come before, and to welcome the coming change of the next year. Everything will always change. Change is a constant. It is for this reason we need to seek to hold light, to peace. We need to seek to hold on to the light and to peace, love, hope, and strength. And to live in happiness as we face the darkness and the shadows, and let the light of the seasons renew us and to heal us as we continue to fight, to strive to be a better person today than we was yesterday, and to fight to be a better person than tomorrow than we are today. And thus, in turn, making our family, our friends, and our community a better place for us walking in them. Okay? I know I got stumbled there on the place. I apologize. That is a powerful statement. And if you go back to that list of things she specializes in, and you consider that statement, that's an amazing statement to me. It's powerful, it's motivating, but it's also true. Now, when I first started working with the dragon, I'll admit the world was a different place. But it's hard for me to turn on the news or anything without getting a little disheartened every now and then, often. And I have a very big plan to reach out and work with Yun-Olly, because Yun-Olly's right. Life is going to continue to go. We can't put pause on it. We can't pause time. We can't pause Earth. Life is going to keep coming. The good, the bad, everything's going to keep coming. And we're here to experience life. Now, we could get down on ourselves and mope and woe is me and all that crap. Or we can do everything we can to better ourselves and to be happy and to strive to be better along the way. That's a hard order. That sounds easy to some people. Some people it sounds impossible. But I'll admit it's a hard order. But it is very much worth it. And it is something that this season is about. The returning of the light, the end of the darkness, hope, rebirth of the spring. It's pretty amazing. And it's honestly, it sounds cheesy, but if you think of all those older movies talking about the Christmas spirit and holding in your heart year round, that's not too far from what she's almost hinting at here, or flat out saying. So, you know what? Enjoy and have fun and celebrate your way. Me, I'm going to be turning on Die Hard. I'm going to be watching John McClane drop Hans Gruber off Nakatomi Plaza. I'm going to enjoy Christmas with the Griswolds. I'm going to probably turn on 1 or 2 different versions of the Grinch, maybe 3. Um, I'm going to watch some Home Alone. I'm going to watch some Tim Allen's Santa Claus. And someone told me that apparently there's a season 2 of The Santa Clauses, which is Tim Allen's follow-up. I might check that out too. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm going to crank up some Jimmy Buffett's Christmas Island and do Christmas my way. I have a lot of parody Christmas music. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to have it. I'm going to do what I can do. But most importantly, I'm going to do my damnedest to help my friends and family enjoy the season. And if they need me, I'm going to be there for them. Okay? So I want to thank Yun-Olly for everything she has taught me dealing with the holidays, and particularly Christmas. I know I had to probably be one of the worst humans since Ebenezer Scrooge to work with her because my views on the holidays. But I have to absolutely thank her and all she's taught me. And I do honestly and genuinely look forward to working with her every solstice. She's honestly become my Santa Claus. Everybody waits all year for Santa to squeeze his fat rear down that chimney. I wait every year for Yun-Olly and to work with her, because you have to wait till that solstice. You have to wait till winter. And this year, if I remember right, the solstice is on December 21st. Some years it changes, but it'll be there. All right. So check your calendar, mark the solstice. And if you work with dragons, you're interested in it, I highly encourage you to reach out, embrace the mental and emotional meaning and emotions of the season, call out to Yun-Olly, and get to know her and learn from her about how to make this holiday and many more to come an absolute blessing to you, your friends, and your family and your community. So for me, from all the dragons and my family, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, however you want to say it. Have a wonderful one. Happy solstice. Until next video, y'all, take care. Goodbye.